So the women's high jump. Going in first position is Kariana Demidovic of Belarus.
For Belarus, Karina Demidovic. Jumping at 2, 3 times the Asian Games
From
champion.
Uzbekistan, Svetlana Radzivil.
Jumping at 3, the European bronze medalist for Croatia, Ana Simic.
Ana Simic from Croatia will go in the 3rd starting order.
Jumping at 4, the 2017 world silver medalist for Ukraine, Yulia Levchenko.
This is one of the favourites for the title. The athlete from Ukraine, Yulia Levchenko. Another one of the hot favourites, and the all-rise neutral athlete, Maria Latynskina.
Jumping at 6, the silver medalist in the Francophone Games
from
for Belgium, Claire Orsel.
Claire Orsel. One of the great young athletes representing the United States of America is Vashti Cunningham.
Jumping at 8, the silver medalist
Another
in the National
competitor for the
Indoor
United
Championships
States
for the
of
USA,
America is Tyna Butz.
Jumping at
Very
9,
experienced athlete here representing Poland. It's Kamila Litvinenko.
Jumping at 10, she set a lifetime best of 194 this year for Germany. Imke
For Germany, Imre Onnen.
At 11, just 18 years of age, winner
Just
of
18 years of age, a Ukrainian athlete, Yaroslava Manahuchik. And completing the lineup, the athlete from Bulgaria, Milelia Demireva.
For Bulgaria, Mirela Demireva.
So there we have it, 12 athletes. They'll continue their warm-up. And that one's about to go in around about 5 minutes' time. Well, this athlete is attempting to become the first athlete to win 3 back-to-back world high jump titles. That was a first attempt at the opening height, 1.84 meters. That's well within her capability. She's gone all the way out to 2.06 meters, which is a personal best. That was back in June in Ostrava. So 1.84 meters. This is the Belgium athlete. This is Claire Orsel. She also goes clear, first time attempt.
What a talent this young 18-year-old Ukrainian is. Could she be the one to deny Latynskina a 3rd successive world title in the high jump?
Here she goes. This is the first bar height. Oh, and there's daylight between herself and the bar. She's just doing a few little signals. You see all these fancy signals that mean nothing to the observer, but it means everything between the athlete and the coach. She's got a great distance there between herself and the bar. Yeah, we're at 1.89 meters now. This is Demidovic from Belarus. She's the first athlete to attempt this height. Nice rangy athlete. First time clearance. So it's really important that these athletes try to clear the bar on the first time. If it goes to count back, if an athlete finishes on the same height as another athlete, they'll look at their bar sequences. If someone cleared it on the first attempt versus a second, for example, they'll win on count back. So all these early clearances are really important. We're sure that we're going to see the bar rising several times as we see Radzivil. And that's her first time failure. She did have one failure at 1.84. She cleared that on the second occasion. So just a couple of chinks in her armour. Early days into this women's high jump competition. And a really nice crowd gathering there, actually. Appreciation of this women's high jump competition. As we see Ama Simic, the Croatian athlete. She was the 2014 European bronze medalist. The best result at this World Championships is a 4th position. And that was a different technique that some of the other women have done so far. She arched her back over and she just flipped her legs over. Not as much height between herself and the bar as what we saw with some of the previous attempts from other competitors, but nonetheless, 189 successfully attempted and cleared. Well, this is Yulia Levchenko, the Ukraine athlete. Silver at the World Championships. It was a surprise silver 2 years ago. Just 19 years of age at the time. Can she go one better here in Doha? Oh, what a clearance that was. I think we're going to see some great heights between these competitors. 1.89 m. Cleared at the first attempt. Oh, again, on slow-mo, it looked just as impressive, didn't it? So, this is Latinskina. This is her attempt to win 3 world titles back-to-back. This has never been done before in the women's high jump. Just a few moments of concentration. Not the big heights that she's looking to clear, but really important that she has first-time clearances, and she does. So impressive this year. She's been impressive for the last couple of seasons, actually. So this is Tai Butts. So great to see her here at this World Championships. Oh, that was a miss there at 1.89 m. That was her first attempt. So many near misses indeed to just get onto that American team. She's been trying for a number of years. She was a reserve 2 years ago in London 2017. But she succeeded in getting a place here, and she's made the final. So with Joy Mahuchis, this is her second attempt at the same bar, 1.89 m. Failure on the first time. Oh, no mistake this time. She was well over that, and a little bit of relief. She'll go on. The bar will move up to 1.93 m. So we can just see the caption there. First time failure. She got it on the second attempt. So important, of course, each of these attempts before the medals are played out at the higher heights. This is Demariva. She's going for 1.89 m also. She had a failure first time. What can she do here? And very like Munich. It's a second time successful clearance. Well, back to the high jump, and it's Simic. This is her first attempt now at 1.93 m. She's got some very colourful spikes on, as we can see. And that's a great clearance for her. We've just had word from Dan O'Brien, who's actually down there. He's been watching these women warm up. He's been having a word with some of them and the coaches. He said the surface is really fast down there, and quite a lot of these women are having trouble regulating their speed on the runway. They sometimes come into the bar a little bit too fast. So this is why we're seeing lots of near misses at some of these lower bar heights. Well, we can see Levchenko now, the Ukrainian athlete, silver medalist 2 years ago. Again, this is her first attempt at the bar height of 1.93 m. She looks focused, and she gets it with ease, doesn't she? So she has 3 jumps, 3 clearances, an unblemished record so far. You can just see as she takes off there, she really drives her shoulder really close to the bar, and that's what you've got to do, especially when you're going to get some of the higher heights, of course, but making no mistakes even at these lower bar heights. So Lachinskina, she's just prowling, isn't she? She's waiting for her opportunity. She'll take the same bar height. Really interesting. None of these women have chose to miss a bar. We saw a little bit of strategy last night here in the women's pole vault competition. Jen Shaw missed a couple of opening bars, but none of these women choosing to do that. And there was almost a pause there, wasn't there? Maybe around about 3 strides out there for Lachinskina. Maybe it's that adjustment she needed to make. Maybe she had a check mark. It's the information that Dan O'Brien has given us, that it actually is a really quick runway, and it almost looked like she checked herself there. Maybe she hit her benchmark a little bit too quick. She's got the experience, of course, to make those adjustments. That could be really important as the bar height goes up. So this is Orcel, this is the Belgium athlete. She's had a couple of failures early on. It took her a 3rd attempt at 189. So that's a first-time failure at 193. Well, we're back with the women's high jump. This is the 2nd Ukrainian competitor. This is Mahuchik. This will be her first attempt at that 193. And it looks like these women are really finding their groove now. They've had several jumps. Maybe they've made those adjustments. They've worked out the speed of the runway. And 193 clearance at the first time. That'll really help Mahuchi. She did have that 1 failure at 189. Only cleared that bar at the 2nd attempt. So that will go against her. But really good that she cleared that bar. 193 at the first attempt. So here we go. This is the Belarusian. This is Demedik. Oh, and she clatters it, doesn't she? She doesn't look happy. I've been watching her reaction after a couple of bars, and she just seems to be looking into the stand constantly, looking for some reassurance. So this is Radzil. She also brings the bar down. So 1.93 meters is not where the medals are going to be made. But these important early bars will really allow the athletes just to get a feel for this runway. So the bar heights are going to go through to 196, 198, 2 meters, and let's see how far along we get. This is Orcel. This is a Belgium athlete. This is her attempt at 193. And again, first time failure at that height. Well, these are quite tense moments for a lot of these athletes. Just see the concentration on her face. Again, she tries to lean into the bar. She looked like she had the height for it. But that was actually a 2nd failure at that height for the Belgium. So these are agonizing times. So Tai Butts, what can she do? It took her till her 3rd attempt to clear 189. She goes at 193 for the 2nd occasion. She's wanted to wear that US uniform for so many years, and she's here, she's got the opportunity. Oh, and she makes it. Yeah, she's delighted with that. She'll be able to sit back now, very, very happy, and she'll go on to attempt 196. can just see her approach there. She took off actually quite a long way away from the bar. She almost scraped it as she went over.
Levchenko. Oh, that's brilliant from the youngster. She's one of the athletes people think might deny Lasitskaya the third consecutive title.
And here we go. This is 1m96. Lachensteiner. This is her first attempt, and both athletes clear. This is Vashti Cunningham of the United States of America. This is the first time we've seen her here this evening. A really talented young athlete. Won gold and silver at the World Indoor Championships previously, and she goes clear as well. First attempt, 196.
Levchenko's first attempt at 198, Jenny.
Yeah, 198. Let's see how she goes with this one. So much happening, of course. We've just had that men's 5,000 meters. The discus men's competition is underway, and this women's high jump competition is really getting towards those big heights now, and 1m98. That is significant. These are the sort of heights that will sort the medals out. 198 gives you a very, very good chance now. This action replay can show she just calls herself round that bar, and that's a great attempt. Lachensteiner. She went clear every bar she's attempted so far. 84, 89, 93, 96. Can she keep the perfect card? The bar's going up in 2 centimetre segments now as the heights increase. So just a few moments of reflection, getting that focus in. Oh, that was a great clearance. That was very easy. We did think a couple of weeks ago she looked a little bit shaky. She was just third in the match, beaten by 2 competitors, of course, there. And she also only cleared 194, had 3 failures at a 196 in a competition after this. But this is Vashti Cunningham. This is 198 bar as well for Vashti, and she does it. So we've got 3 women clear at this 198 meter bar. You can just see it again. She's really quick, she's really smooth on takeoff. And this is a young lady that people have been talking about for a number of years. This is Mahuchi. She goes the same bar, and we've got 4 clear. Well, the Ukrainian. That was a good clearance. I think Dan O'Brien's great insights were very, very helpful. The runway seems quick. They seem to have worked out the run-ups now, made the necessary adjustments, and 4 women clear at this 198 bar. So the action comes thick and fast. Litwinko, the Polish athlete, she's won many medals at this global championships previously. Oh, and she gave it a rattle, but it stayed on. Oh, she's delighted with that. The form hasn't necessarily been there this year. Only 195, her season's best. She's just improved that by 3 centimetres. So her last 2 clearances, 96 and 98, were season's bests. She's come to this championships in season's best form. Well, happy tears. This is what the sport brings us on so many occasions. We can't all have a successful outcome, but she's delighted. That bar is really getting up there now, isn't it? So just some nervous moments for some of these athletes. This is going to be a 2-meter attempt. First attempt, 2 meters. This is Livchenko, the Ukrainian athlete. So she's the first of these women to attempt 2 meters. Well, it was a first-time failure. 6 women still remain attempting this 6-meter bar height. Well, she had the height, looked like she just knocked it off with the back of her legs. 2 more attempts, of course. That's her first failure. She'd gone clear every height until then. Latoskina. If she could clear this for the first time, this would put her in the driving seat. 2 meter would be a great height to take a medal at these championships. She's gone all the way out to 2:06 this year. That was back in June. We thought she looked rocky on her last couple of competitions, but she's got an unblemished record so far here this evening. 2 meters and easy. That is going to be a really significant clearance. This is very reminiscent of the women's pole vault competition last year. Last evening even feels like a long time ago now, but we've had some drama already in this arena. 2 meters. She puts her tracksuit back on. She'll have a few moments. She'll see how the other women get on. Well, finals are going on absolutely everywhere now. This is Levchenko. And this is a clearance at 2:02. Wow. Okay, this is a 3rd attempt now at 2 meters. Well, she's had a great evening, hasn't she already, Litvinenko? She's come here and she's achieved 2 seasons bests already. She'll go home really, really happy. She was delighted when she got that 198. These are all 2 meters attempts, sorry. Again, Mahuchik, 2 meters, she goes clear. Well, all of this action was happening during the women's 3,000 meter steeplechase. So much action happening in this arena. And we're back, these are our live pictures now. So we've got 4 women clear at 2 meters and the bar has been raised. It'll be raised for 2:02, but of course, we've got Livchenko. She's got to try and match these ladies.
Well, Lasitskaya is in the driving seat here because she has a completely clean card. She did have a little wobble earlier this month when she lost what they call the match, the Europe-USA showdown. And she had a low-key meet after that where she struggled to get above 194. But she's had a clean card, and so too has the youngster Vashti Cunningham. Cunningham joined the 2 meter club at Prefontaine and looked so smooth in the air. So joint first, Maria Lasitskaya with Vashti Cunningham. Wonderful standard, Jenny, that 4 women have gone over 2 meters. Absolutely brilliant. She hasn't won it yet.
She hasn't won it yet. And I've been trying to keep up with this action. And I've just been watching Latoskina. And what seems to set her apart between herself and the others is her arm drive. She uses her arm incredibly well. It helps project her over that bar. All of these women will know this next 2:02 bar is incredibly significant. So before this competition, only 4 women had jumped over 2 meters in the world this year. 4 women have cleared it this evening in the IAAF World Championship final. And 2:02. The bar clearances continue. Well, this is an athlete coming to a championships. We shouldn't have doubted her. She's come, it looks like she's had a couple of weeks rest, and that rest has done her good. She did give it a little bit of a shake, not really a clatter, but it stayed on. 2:02, could that be the winning height?
That was a huge clearance in the context, because Vashti Cunningham is now left attempting a lifetime best. The fact that Lasitskayna's done it first time could be very significant. She's having a wonderful competition. Now she has to jump higher than she's ever done before.
No, she just didn't have the height there from the beginning. And this is a really tough position to be in for Cunningham. She has to now clear this height just to stay in the competition. And in fact, if she clears 2:02, it still won't be enough for the gold medal. Latinskina, of course, cleared it on her first attempt. So the ball is very much in Latinskina's court here. This is Lutsenko. Sorry, this is Mamouchi. This is her second attempt. She cleared 2 meters on her third attempt. This is 2:02. This is her first attempt at this bar, and she's done it! My goodness. How good is this young athlete?
That was unbelievable. Absolutely spellbinding. Your youth Olympic champion from last year, the European junior champion, has just broken her personal best with a phenomenal clearance of 2:02.
This is the final attempt here in the women's high jump. We're just moving from one final to another. That was with Lutsenko. Unfortunately, she bows out of this competition at 2:02, but she can go away from here with a 2-meter clearance. Well, it's all been going on while we've been away enjoying that women's 800-meter final. I'm sure we'll go back and we'll have a chance to talk about that. But this is Vashti Cunningham, who's about to go next. United States of American athlete. We're expecting her to be next in the lineup. Here we go. This is Vashti Cunningham. This is her 2:02 attempt. No. And it didn't look likely, did it? So 2 meters will remain her best attempt here. What a competition this is turning out to be.
Mahuchik, by the way, the 18-year-old Ukrainian, 2:02 is a new world junior record.
Absolutely astonishing. So 2 women go to this 2:04 bar. This is getting up to some really dizzy heights now. Latinskina, the first to attempt 2:04. Oh, and she does it! Oh, she is so fast on the approach, but the speed of her arm as she projects herself up, she just manages to curl herself over that bar like no other athlete can. And there was still, I should think from that slow-mo, another bar height in her should she need it.
She's put together one of the best cards ever seen in any competition. First time clearances all the way up to and including 2:04. It's extraordinary. Yaroslava Mahuchik, now the world junior record holder with 2:02. She had to clear it to stand a chance. Can she secure another lifetime best. She has already delivered a phenomenal effort to try and dethrone one of the greats. This is a tall, tall order.
It is a tall order. She's already achieved a personal best here and a World Junior record in the process. She's actually not far off that whatsoever. That's most likely to be the first time she's ever attempted 2:04. Sometimes when an athlete attempts a bar for the first time, it can be really, really daunting. And she's having to do this in her first World Championship. This is a big, big jump for a young athlete. This is the second attempt at 2:04, and I thought she had it. I think half the stadium thought she had that as well. Well, that is definitely in her skill set. I'm sure if it's not in the next few moments in her third attempt that she clears this bar, it won't be too far in the future. And oh, you could see her there. She knew how close she was. Even a clearance, of course, of 2:04 would still not guarantee the gold medal. That clean card by Latinskaya is just incredible. We're getting spoiled here this evening by two athletes at the top of their game. Just a few words of advice there from the coach. At this point in the competition, these athletes will probably be allowed a little bit more time to compose themselves between jumps. So, what is going through the mind of Maria Latinskaya? Is she just moments away from claiming that historic third World Championship title? No one has been able to match that previously. We've had a few people who's done it twice, and I'm just looking at the stop clock there. The coach has got the stop clock on, probably trying to advise when to take the tracksuit off, when to get back into that competition mode. Well, not just nervous moments for the athletes, for the coaches too. And being able to compose yourself at such a young age, still a junior, is Mahutchik, and here she goes. Third attempt at 2:04 to keep herself still in this World Championship high jump final. And she gets it! What are we seeing here this evening? We're going to have two women attempt 2:06. Well, after a very shaky start by some of the athletes here this evening, we didn't even dare to imagine that we'd be in this position. Oh, when you're so young, sometimes you just have the belief. No one tells you you can't do it. These are incredible scenes.
She's only just turned 18 2 weeks ago. Another PB, another World Junior record. Phenomenal.
Right, so from one final to another. And we're actually looking here. And Latiskina, and I presume Mahutchik as well, have agreed for the bar to go to 2:08. And in fact, I'm just hearing, I'm looking down at the scorecard actually, and Mahutchik, she's had a lot of jumps here this evening. She had a failure at quite a few early distances, quite a few early heights, and here we go. Well, she didn't take too long to compose herself there. This is 2:08. Of course, Latinskina will have two more attempts at that height.
To put what she's attempting into context, this would be tied second on the all-time list. Blanka Vlasic went over 2:08 10 years ago. Kostadinova has the world record. That's 2:09 back in 1987. This would be a lifetime best for the authorised neutral athlete by 2 centimetres. She is in uncharted territory, and I think that was a sensible decision from Jaroslava Mahuchik. 2 World Junior records, that's good enough.
It is. She's only a young athlete, and just looking down over her scorecard, she's had 14 attempts so far. Well, we rejoin the high jump. And this is 2 meters and 8 centimeters. No one in the world has cleared this sort of height this season. In fact, Latinskaya has dominated for several years now and already confirmed to take the gold medal. But can she get 2:08? Well, she's gone from 2:04. She's asked for the bar to be raised by 4 centimeters. It may be quite an ask at this point of the competition. She didn't quite have the height there. She had the focus, she had the ambition for sure. Well, she still will have 1 more attempt. But nice smiles there from the silver medalist, Mahuchik. Who would have thought she would clear 2 World Junior records here this evening? And she's had to work hard, 14 attempts throughout her card. So, Latiskina, can she go clear at 2 meters and 8? All her competitors are willing her on. This is great to see. Here we go. 3rd attempt. Well, the bar did come down with a bit of a clatter. I thought she actually got her shoulder over the best that she has on the other attempts. It just proved too much for her here this evening, but what an absolutely fantastic scorecard. An unblemished record until she tried the 2:08. She has cleared 2:06 earlier in the season, so it shows that she's managed to maintain her good form all the way to these World Championships. It promised so much, didn't it? Cunningham, of course, from the United States of America. She went clear at 2 meters on the 1st attempt. She had an unblemished record until that point. She'll take the bronze. And Mahuchik, the young Ukrainian athlete, will be absolutely delighted to come away from here this evening with a new personal best of 2:04 and a silver medal to boot. The crowd are showing their appreciation. There was quite a lot of people gathered in that segment of the stadium. Latinskina, the 3-time world women's high jump champion. So here we go, Maria Latinskaya it was, 2:04 to claim the gold. Mahuchik for the silver, and Vashti Cunningham, a PB nonetheless, 2 meters, equaling her personal best. If we look down, lots of women achieving season's bests, personal best. Ty Butts there from the US, her first time at these World Championships. And the raw emotion that comes out on occasions like this. These are great scenes. So many people behind the scenes, not just about the athletes, they're the ones out there doing it, of course, but a whole support team who would have been helping her to achieve those heights.
She doesn't give much away usually. Now she is. That was an absolutely incredible performance. A clean card all the way up to and including 2:04. That is sensational high jumping. And she becomes the first woman in World Championship history to win 3 world titles in succession. A hat-trick that might take generations to match.